That's right, today we're back on the LS Swap Discovery. We're doing a little check-in and some modifications to the swap, making some things better. If you are not familiar with this guy, this is a 2004 Land Rover that we swapped in. A GM 5.3 liter, the LM4 aluminum block V8, and it utilizes the Land Rover transmission, Land Rover accessories, and traction control, cluster, all that good stuff. Still function. But this guy has about 1,500 miles on it now, and we had a couple little things pop up that we wanted to take care of and change out from the original swap. So let's get into it. But yeah, this was a big annoyance of mine. With the way the engine sits and the fan and everything going on, it is a very tight spot. And in the Ace kit, they have you use a Spectre collapsible duct stuff. It's kind of like dryer duct. Never liked that. Never quite sealed up the way I wanted it to. So here is the one that we made up. This guy was on here to pull this away from the fan in fear of it hitting it. No need with a solid aluminum one. We built that the first go around. We just finished up making this little pie cut aluminum piece. Nice tight radius and way more solid. We had a couple issues with the other one kind of working its way off the throttle body. This one not gonna go anywhere. That was the other issue we had with the swap. Land Rover Temp Sensor spliced in here. It was in this location. This was tilted. We're in Iowa. Very late winter, early spring, so we have tons of temperature fluctuations, and that was creating an issue. Being this was the highest point, I mean, maybe we didn't put it in the right spot. I would probably put it a little further down if we were to do it again. But being this guy right here is the highest point, with the temp swings and the coolant expanding and contracting. Some mornings when you would start this up, there would be no coolant in this upper hose. And the Land Rover Temp Sensor does not like that. It will fault out without being submerged in coolant, and the temp gauge would drop off and wouldn't function. You would have to go in and clear it in the Land Rover ECM for it to work again. So we found a workaround. A little hard to see, but right there on the passenger side cylinder head, there is this plug, which happens to be the same thread as the Land Rover sensor. So we pop that out, and now we're directly in the cylinder head, always in coolant. No issues there. A little more accurate reading than up in the radiator hose as well. We left this guy in here because being this is the highest point, we can use this as a bleed screw if we ever need to. But with that, we had to grab another radiator shroud because we had it cut out to clear the sensor. And we retrimmed a new one. Fits nicely around everything. I like that location much more. It mirrors the factory GM one, which is exactly opposite because the heads are flipped. But yeah, it's up over there. So nothing too crazy that needed to be done on this guy as of yet. You're always gonna have a couple little issues to work out when you're putting the wrong engine into a car. Pleased so far, and very happy with that and moving the temp sensor. We no longer own this. It is with a customer of ours, and he wanted one more thing done while it was here. That's right, we now have a side exit exhaust right through the quarter panel. Not only is it through the quarter panel now, it's got a tad more throat, as you can hear. So this was the factory massive rear resonator muffler, and that's the guy that's gonna replace it. Top. I just welded that. You would think I am smart enough to know not to touch it. So this guy now has two high flow cats into that one straight through cherry bomb muffler, and sounds quite a bit tougher, that is for sure. Not obnoxious by any means, but sounds like it should. So we've done this on plenty of Discoveries before. If you do a steel rear bumper, it gives you a better departure angle. You don't have the exhaust hanging down. So quite a bit more clearance. Plus it's kind of neat, especially on an LS swapped one. Tip is mounted to the body and floats the exhaust pipe on the inside, so no worries about banging around or anything. And once again, that guy is all 304 stainless, so it'll look pretty for years to come. So there is the LS Swap Disco. Doing well after about 1,500 miles, and we will keep checking in on that periodically. The new owner is local to us, and we will be seeing more of that guy, and we'll get his thoughts on it as well. I don't know, pretty trouble-free so far for integrating a couple ECUs together and mating a Chevrolet engine to the Discovery transmission. And while we're in here, why don't we check on what's going on in the shop? That's not a Land Rover. I think she's broke. So as you saw, this one is no good. But we got this 7-liter one sitting right there, ready to go in. Should be pretty wicked. Yes, that guy should make some power. We got some more go fast bits sitting right here for it. Not right there. No Brit part for the old Jeep, that's for sure. But we also have the return of the Eco XD Discovery. Last you guys saw it was sitting in the driveway with a little broken steering. Yes, the U-joint on the steering shaft stripped out at the gearbox. No turny-turny, but luckily happened in the driveway. But we have that all fixed. On top of that, we went ahead and swapped in a new power steering pump. I believe that was some of the issue because we weren't having power steering. So therefore we put more stress on that joint. Either way, it shouldn't have broke. But some of you guys have asked about this setup. This is a converted piece. You can see it's got some cut aluminum brackets. This is a like 99 to 2013 Chevrolet 5.3 liter truck pump. So it's a power steering pump off a Chevy truck. Look how easy that is to turn now. It even turns the tires, isn't that something? Obviously the last one went out, so it's not the end-all be-all solution, but that pump is quite a bit more readily available than a Land Rover one, and it was $39. So I guess we can have a pump go out every once in a while. Not gonna hurt. I almost forgot about one of my favorite things about the D1. Isn't that something? Quick access. But stoked to get back to driving the XD. This is one of my favorite rigs. So we'll be back to that. Maybe Snorkel time. I gotta pick which one's going on the G4 before I land the other one on the XD.